Okay, so phones aren't exactly a standard thing I do reviews on, but I just recently got the S9 Plus, and I thought I'd talk through some of my specs and share my thoughts on this mobile device. What's up my friends, my name is Jason Morris, just going to do a quick review on the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus has been launched last month in Australia and it's the most advanced Samsung smartphone you can buy today thanks to its oversized screen and superb cameras, even though it looks identical to last year's S8 Plus. Some of the main highlights you may hear about this phone is its low light capabilities in the photo and also the big screen. The 6.2-inch curved infinity display that'll sell you more than the 5.8-inch S9. But both handsets have an improved 12-megapixel camera that boasts a 1.5 maximum aperture. That is the first camera phone with such wide aperture, giving the S9 and S9 Plus low light and noise defeating powers that in many situations more advanced than those that are one of the Google Pixel 2 XL and the iPhone X. Although a lot of reviews show the Google 2 Pixel XL has incredible software intelligence that makes it objectively superior. Samsung has introduced the world's first dual aperture technology in a smartphone, which switches between the 1.5 aperture and a 2.5 aperture. The cameras are different between the S9 and S9 Plus. Samsung's larger phone inherits the Note 8's dual lens camera feature, which gives a telephoto lens optically zoomed in photos without distortion. The second lens enables the live focus portrait photos that never seem to be flawless, but it's on par with the background blurring effects like the Google Pixel 2 and the iPhone X. The front-facing camera hasn't changed from the Galaxy S8 Plus to the S9 Plus, using an 8-megapixel sensor, which the autofocus capabilities so far, it's been quite unique to the Samsung phones. Pictures out of this selfie camera are bright and they tend to be too high in saturation. Samsung's tendency to make colors punchy works for everything else, including landscapes and shots using a rear camera, but it kind of makes the skin tones appear slightly more orange than the iPhone Xs. Samsung has added an option for 4K recording resolution. With an astonishing 60 frames per second, a decent limit of 5 minutes. It's sharp, although this lacks optical stabilization and doesn't support tracking autofocus. But the rest of the resolutions at 4K 30 frames and down have optical image stabilization, which is very fluent and makes it nice and smooth. Samsung also gives you the option of recording a normal speed video with the new HEVC format to save space. The biggest Galaxy S9 video highlight, however, is the super slow-mo video capabilities. We were able to capture slick-looking super slow-motion video at 960 frames per second, but noticeably in lower 720p HD resolution. It's a little bit grainy, but you know, the slow motion effects are quite mesmerizing. The 240 frames per second normal slow-mo is still bumped up to 1080p at full HD. Samsung told us that the slow motion has been the most popular video mode outside the automatic, and here's one of the reasons to continue wanting to use it. The S9 Plus has the ability to start recording slow motion when it detects motion. Timing the press of the on-screen shutter has always been a pain when recording slow motion video, and this helps alleviate that problem. It's not that perfect, but there is a specific box in the middle of the screen that helps detect that motion. Samsung has listened to the negative feedback regarding last year's headsets and has wisely moved its offset fingerprint sensor to a centered aligned position. It's more natural location, and personally, I actually use it a lot more than the iris and the facial recognition scanner, because sometimes I don't particularly hold the phone up to my face, I just hold it down a little bit slightly to the ground. Addressing another shortcoming of the S8 Plus, Samsung finally gives its flagship phones stereo speakers for superior sound. The Galaxy S9 Plus is the most stylish looking smartphone you can buy, even though it doesn't vary much from the S8 Plus, but it doesn't matter unless you're upgrading every year and demand that annual newness. You can choose one of 4 colors, including the standout lilac purple. Other S9 color options at launch include the midnight black, the coral blue, and there's also a titanium gray, which are available in some countries. Unlike many of its rivals, Samsung still has the 3.5mm headphone jack and the micro SD card slot. It also gives us a second year of the Bixby button on the left of the phone. But to be honest, I don't like Bixby. It becomes extremely annoying when you accidentally hit that button and you don't actually want to turn it on, but I'm sure if you use Bixby, then you wouldn't mind it again anyway. Samsung's 6.2-inch display is a tall 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio, and it's kind of set the standards for all screen on the smartphones. It can display Quad HD resolution, yet it still looks outstanding at the default Full HD at 1080p. It's a combination of futuristic looking curved edges, vibrant colors, and a high contrast ratio that makes it pop. I also appreciate the fact that Samsung has created a screen that fills 90% of the front of the S9 Plus. There's very little bezel there, and there's no annoying little notch like the iPhone X possesses. At this point in time, there is no in-screen fingerprint sensor, even though we've seen Chinese phone makers debut the technology already. That, you know, they might actually save that for the Note 9 or even perhaps the Galaxy S10. You can't really see it, but the Galaxy S9 Plus along with the Galaxy S9 has stereo speakers. And first, for a Samsung flagship, frankly, it's long overdue addition. Samsung-owned AKG Acoustics has finally tuned the brand new top speaker and the bottom speaker so that they are 40% louder than the single speaker on the S8 Plus. The Galaxy S9 Plus is the fastest Samsung phone that uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, and they're coupled with a 6 gig of RAM compared to the 4 gig of RAM in the S9. The Samsung S9 Plus has a 3,500 milliamp capacity battery. Same as the last year's phone, but it's still bigger than the 3000 and the 3300 equipped Galaxy S9 and the Note 8. Samsung once again isn't pushing the boundaries of the battery capacity, perhaps understandably because the mishaps with the explosion-prone Galaxy Note 7. Yeah, we gotta forget about that era. Anyway, so the fast charging S9 Plus with the included charger, in just 15 minutes, it brings it from 0 to 19. And at about an hour and 41 minutes, it can reach that 100% charge. It's pretty much the same as the S8 Plus, but from dead, the battery tends to charge a lot faster at the crucial levels. So to conclude this review on this phone, I'd have to say this is probably the best smartphone I've ever owned. I absolutely love using it, and the sleek design and the user interface just keeps me coming back for more. So thanks for watching, guys. My name's Jason Morris. Please smash that like button if you could. Comment below your thoughts on the S9 Plus, and subscribe if you already haven't. And don't forget, watch out for my next videos. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.